You know that English sentences begin with a subject and followed by a verb. But do you know that a subject and a verb have to agree with each other? If you don't know, then this video is just for you. Hello English learners, I am Shilvan Fulkar and I welcome you to the Augustine Academy of English. Let's talk about the first rule. If a sentence has a singular subject, it is followed by a singular verb. And if it has a plural one, it is followed by a plural subject. Singular subject plus singular verb, and if the subject is plural, then we have to use a plural verb. Now let's take the first example. A dog is a faithful animal. If the subject is plural, that is, dogs are faithful animals. Singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. A dog is a faithful animal and dogs are faithful animals. Now let's talk about the second rule. The rule says when the subject of the sentence is complex, the following verb must agree with the main noun in that subject. For example, many leading members of the opposition party have or has criticized the delay. Many leading members of the opposition party is a whole subject. But care should be taken to find out the main noun in that subject. All these phrases have to come to describe this main noun members. Now look at the second sentence. The quality of these mangoes. So it's very important to notice that the quality, which is the main noun in this subject, because the quality of these mangoes is a complete subject, and that's why we need to understand the fact that the main noun always agrees with the following verb. Quality, which is a singular in form, will agree with is, not are. Now look at the third sentence. The bananas in this market is or are expensive. So bananas, which is the main noun, a plural one, will agree with this are and not is. Now let's have a look at the third rule. The verb must agree with the subject when the subject follows the verb. Now have a look at the sentences. Among the people invited was the mayor. Lying on the floor were marbles. Displayed on the board are the exam results. These are the subjects of the sentence, and we need to use the verbs according to the subjects that come after the verb. So the mayor, which is a singular noun, is followed by was, which is a singular verb also. Marbles, plural, were plural. The exam results, plural, are plural. Now let's move on to the fourth rule. If the subject is a clause, we usually use a singular verb. For example, drinking a lot of water, which is a gerund clause, we require to use is singular verb. Whoever took them, it is a noun clause. The verb we require to use is singular. When he returns is a noun clause, so we require to use is a singular verb. However, if the subject consists of two clauses, then we need to use plural verb. For example, drinking and smoking are his habits. Drinking and smoking, two subjects joined by and, require a plural verb. Swimming and playing joined by and require plural verb. However, there is one more condition. If we use a word clause as a subject, we use a singular verb if the following main noun is singular, and either a singular or plural if the following main noun is plural. Let's have a look at these sentences. What worries us? It is a what clause. We have used it as a subject over here. The poor selection process, which is a singular, we have used is, which is a singular verb. Okay, but what is needed, it is also a what clause, but what is there is additional resources which is a plural noun. So we can use either is or are in this condition. Here is one more rule. We use a singular verb if the focus is on the or organization as a whole, and a plural verb if the focus is on the collection of individuals. Often we can use either with very little difference in meaning. Although in more formal contexts such as academic writing, it is more common to use a singular verb. Other words like this, sometimes called collective nouns, include army, association, audience, class, club, college, committee, community, company, crew, crowd, department, electorate, enemy, family, generation, government, group, jury, opposition, orchestra, population, press, public, school, team, university, and the names of specific organizations such as the Bank of England, the BBC, IBM, Sony, the United Nations.